Hello everyone, it's Omae and welcome back to the brand new video. So today's going to be a bit more of a chill video. We're going to go through this DEX Rumble team, which is essentially just a quick team merchant. Can't beat anything else, if I'm being honest. Even teams with like half quick units, half another type, still gets absolutely hammered, man. But I think against Blackbeard quick teams, any just general fully focused quick team, this team is formidable, man. So I do have Jinbe and Franky maxed. This is of course from the giveaway summon, so go check out that video. But the main like summary of what each unit is doing here, and then I'll also talk about the bench, why I'm using these specific units in the specific order. First off, we have Bartolomeo, who's mostly there for defense. Yes, his damage is being reflected, but at the end of the day, the damage reduction component of that is what he's mainly being used for. And then Jinbe is also going to be great for defensive focus. He's giving us damage ignoring defense, evasion, which is perfect against 12th and Blackbeard. Then we have Brook and Luffy, who are the DPS characters. Brook's doing regular damage, Luffy's doing damage ignoring defense, and then Franky's providing some utility, a decent amount of CT reduction. Just an overall pretty great character for us to run. Also haste, he's doing quite a bit, right? And all three of these end of month batch legends have extra abilities against quick enemies, and if you don't run against quick team, they're basically doing nothing, right? But then we have Robin, bro. I talked about this in the giveaway summons video, but I can't believe they're giving end of month rare recruits Power Rumble rare recruit level abilities. Like, she's giving half stats to quick enemies for 15 seconds. Not just half defense, not just half attack, half speed, defense, attack, HP, and recovery. The whole 9 yards for 15 seconds. So she does her half stats, Brook does his regular damage. The enemy's gonna be taking a lot of damage, and this character is also giving a 30% CT delay to all quick enemies when she appears on the field. That's not even in Assault Rumble, just in regular Rumble she's doing that, and she's providing also some decent buffs in her passive, of course. So great unit, of course, 20 cost. But then we have Usopp here. I think between Chopper and Usopp from the previous month's end of month batch, Usopp is much better choice. Yes, he's not Dex, but he does synergize with the other units on a Straw Hat Pirate tag and Striker class basis, and he's going to give us 20% CT reduction to Straw Hat units and 15% delay to two enemies with high CT, right? So incredible support from this guy. The plan is Franky activates, he does sub swap, Robin comes in, and then she will use her special for half stats. Brook will activate, do a lot of damage since we're running against fully quick teams, and then we can have Usopp come in later on, delay the enemy, give us extra support, and then later on towards the tail end of the match, we can use Sober Mask, who does a really good amount of regular damage to the enemy, right, and provides a bit of defense down to quick enemies. But I mean, I can also try this with Chopper instead of the Sanji here. But at the end of the day, I think DPS is going to help us more towards the end than healing, right? I do have concerns about Franky activating way too late and Robin just doesn't come in. But at the end of the day, we can test it out and see what happens. I also just need to limit break Franky, bro. What is this? Right, so just keep in mind, this is them in their home turf. By that I mean the rules of Block C here do favor these Straw Hats. Now, in my prediction video, I thought that this meant that we'd get Gaban since Dex Striker was boosted. I didn't consider that this would be the end of month batch units, and we'd take a bit longer for Loki and even Gaban to arrive in part 3 likely. But either way, they're getting recovery up, which is not that crazy, right? Strikers get attack up of level 4 though, and then fighters and HP up of level 4, and Elbaph and Royalty get HP up of level 7. So pretty good defensive buffs there. So let's see how this team does against a fully quick Blackbeard Pirates team. You know what, let's ease into this. Also, I've been resetting teams for like 10 minutes, and I don't know why. When you start off with like a very low power level account, the game just gives you fodder teams to fight, even at rank 1000. Like, that might be a strategy. Keep your power level low and you can rank in championships. I'm not sure if the same thing will work in champs, but regardless, very strange matchmaking here, even with a high cost or CP team, and also having a decent rank. I cannot for the life of me find any good teams to fight. Regardless, this is a great way for us to start. We do have some interesting picks like versus Blackbeard on their team. Still a great unit for dot and lowering enemy defense, but bit of a weird choice for this team in particular, I guess. But not a bad quick team to start off with, right? They have Pika there for shield. They don't have anyone for damage ignoring defense, so Jinbe's defensive effects aren't going to be really that too important here. Well, no, Walkyrie does do damage ignoring defense, but he'll only come in late on. Nice CT haste, attack down, special CT speed down, captain shift, and there we go. Now, of course, Blackbeard and Pika are not quick, so they didn't get that massive 30%. Regardless, Robin carries. Right now, the enemy has pretty good defense, so Brook didn't do too much, but at least Boa is dead. Amazing, amazing. Already with the super special. Actually, I haven't checked the requirement for the super special, but I do have Jinbe and Franky at level limit break 5, so they have the upgraded super special effect and also probably a lowered requirement. Blackbeard is ready. Shit, yeah, he didn't get the CT delay, of course, so yeah, level 10 dot means 50% of our HP lost. You can see that Robin lost 50% of the HP because Blackbeard gave us a level 10 dot. Unbelievable, man. Barter with the damage reflection. Okay, yeah, Pika's a menace, bro. Half stats and a shield. Yeah, damage ignored. You had to target poor Chemi, the most irrelevant character on their team. Okay, but you can see damage ignoring defense is nothing, completely nullified thanks to Jinbe. He applies it for what, 20 seconds? Yeah, 20 seconds. Might have even been 25 with the super special. Not too sure, right? Yeah, this is a pretty comfortable win, man. Now, one concern I have going later on into the more intense quick teams is that Luffy is only level 99 and no rumble key, no limit break expansion, not even his potential abilities have been maxed. So his rumble stats are very low. He's gonna die quite easily. That's why I shimmied him onto the far right side of the team. That's the backmost position of your rumble squad. Okay, Jinbe, more defensive effects. Okay, how is Blackbeard surviving so well? Like, he shouldn't be getting that much support from the other units, but he somehow, maybe our units are just not targeting him. At the end of the day, I think this team could maybe add some more DPS. Luffy doesn't target a lot of enemies for his damage ignoring defense, and Brook isn't the craziest DPS, I must say. And I mean, you want Brook to be low HP so he can get that extra CT delay, which is already quite hard for him to activate. Brook might be worth trying as a bench unit. And not really. He needs to be low HP, below 63%, then go to the bench, and then come back to the main lineup. Or he needs to die. So I could put him on the frontmost position, right where Jinbe is, and try to get him to die. But yeah, Brook is not losing any HP, which is a bit concerning, considering he's the only one you want to actually lose HP. Okay, Bato, my goat. Now, one thing, I wish I had versus Zoro on this account because he'd go really well on this team to provide a shield, which this team does not have, but also to provide that little bit of extra DPS that we need. And I really should have considered that when we were doing the giveaway summons, but it is what it is. This is not a bad team to showcase them. That's a pretty good start, except for the fact that we almost got stalled out. Yeah, you see the problem here. Even though those non-quick units weren't a massive threat in terms of like killing our units, they still weren't taking a lot of damage because Brook, remember, is only targeting quick enemies for those extra 2 hits, right? Well, I think even just the final hit, right? But those quick enemies, they're not getting nearly as much debuffs. They're going to be a lot stronger and they won't die, and you could get stalled out just like I almost got stalled out there. So definitely something to look out for, even if you're not facing a team with crazy strength units that could kill you. even just any other type character will not die because of how little debuffing we're doing to them, right? So let me try and see if I can get a fully quick team up in here. And remember, if you want to win this account, which also has Shamrock on it, then you can go to the giveaway summons video and drop a comment. That'll instantly enter you into the giveaway. I will announce the winner in basically a week and a day's time, right? 2 days. This one is like a more refined version of the one I just showed you up against. I feel like now it's going to be a similar outcome. Yes, Walker is on the main lineup now. So it could be interesting to see if he would activate before Jinbe's damage ignoring defense evasion activates. But for now, I want to make this a bit more interesting. Ooh, okay, so here we have a quick team with both 12th Blackbeard and Lafitte. So we're going straight into the mines here, but they only have a level 110 Blackbeard. So even if Blackbeard goes, he probably won't kill our units, which is a bit sucky. Yes, I can find another team with fully maxed out characters, and this person has already made a mistake. They've run a full 8 unit lineup, which you don't want to do with Blackbeard. You really don't want to do with that with Blackbeard. Ideally, even if you're running an 8 unit lineup, make the first unit on the bench a fodder character that dies instantly. Lafitte, when he activates his special, he will sub swap with the first character, and then if that's a fodder, they will die very quickly. Lafitte will come back on and give another delay with his passive. That's the best way to do it, because not only will you get the extra delay from Lafitte's passive, but also you will have one less ally on your team than the enemy's team, and Blackbeard will now do damage ignoring defense. Remember, Blackbeard only does damage ignoring defense if when your remaining crew is less than remaining enemies. So if you don't do this, Blackbeard will not do much. If both of your teams have 8 units available, Blackbeard will just do an HP cut. If Blackbeard's team has more allies than you, then he will do spread damage. If he has less allies than you, then he will do damage ignoring defense. So the best way to do this and to maximize Lafitte is to run a fodder character as your first unit. And they've kind of messed it up. Instead of running a Weevil, they should have put a fodder there, and then Smoothie on the main lineup, Kuzan as the second bench unit. That's my 2 cents. If I was this person, I think that would make the team 10 times better. Regardless, even though this is flawed, it's going to be a great showcase to see what these characters can do. So I'm interested. Let's see what happens. We have all that CT delay from Lafitte, which does terrify me. However, remember, Lafitte will not be confusing us because we are not running strength nor driven units. So this is actually a great counter to Lafitte, just on a class and type of basis. So let's see what happens here. Our specials are already almost ready. That's great. Kuzan will activate regular damage, nothing too crazy. A special bind, shit. That's actually horrendous. Attack down, paralyze himself, yes. See to the late. Smoothie comes in. But since we're not running strength units, Smoothie does not give herself 30% CT upon her appearance. So that's great. Great counter to Smoothie as well in that sense. Jinbe whiffed, bro. Jinbe whiffed. Oh no. So close. Boa's gonna do paralysis and spray damage. I mean regular damage. Special bind, which we do evade thanks to Jinbe. Thank you, Jinbe. No, not Jinbe, Bato, I think. Either that or it's only a percentage chance of her giving us special bind, and we got very lucky. It might be only a 50% chance of the special bind working. Either way, we got lucky. Great. This is going pretty good, but we're not doing a lot of damage. So Luffy. Nice. Luffy clutched up. Blackbeard will do damage ignoring defense, which we don't evade right now. Shit. But yes, we have good levels on our Elbaph trio, so that's pretty good. Yeah, Jinbe not activating earlier. I don't know who it was, but someone delayed Jinbe, only Jinbe, by like a teeny bit. I don't think it was Lafitte. Might have been Smoothie. I don't know. quite an intense match, and it looks like I will win, but I wouldn't say anything too early, right? Nullify, special bind, and damage ignore. Oh wow, Jinbe, okay. Yeah, he's doing that spread damage. Okay, he does have a rumble key, keep that in mind, so he's doing more damage than he'd usually do. But regardless, Jinbe, okay. I think Blackbeard also gives quite a bit of defense up to that team with his passive. So when Blackbeard died, the team became a lot more vulnerable to regular types of damage and spread damage, which is why Jinbe was so crazy. Regardless, that was an amazing match, awesome stuff. But now can I find like a more optimal quick team that I can actually safely say this team is broken when we go up against them and win? Hey, the final level of a quick team we're facing up against, it's not kind of the team I was expecting to fight, but this is very formidable. Yes, Beckman Yasop isn't really giving a lot of these quick units buffs, but he is giving Blackbeard buffs, which is kind of the most important one, of course. We have Lafitte, we have Shanks on the bench, so probably what will happen is Beckman Yasop activates, Shanks goes to the main lineup, and the team will be absolutely insane. And then we have Shiryu there, which I was hoping to see. This guy is broken as well. I would love to see if we can survive his onslaught, right? He will also sub swap, so he might be the one to bring in Shanks, so we'll see what happens. And both the Blackbeard and Shanks have level 120, so very good chance they have the rumble keys as well. This should be quite the formidable team to actually test up against. If we can beat this, I'll be pretty confident in the team. But yeah, as I said, we do have 2 strength enemies, and this team, it really doesn't take well to the enemy having any non-quick units. So I'm interested to see how this will go. We might struggle to kill Beckman, Sop, and Shanks. And remember, they will also have resistance to DEX units, taking less damage as well. So this could be rough. They already have Shanks in. And remember, Shanks is really good against free spirit units. We don't really have a lot of free spirit units on the team, so that's good news for us. Okay, we need to activate our specials first. Okay, good. We got some CT delay happening. Jinbe, okay, great start. That is an amazing start. Okay, Franky. Oh, Franky woofed, man. Lafitte. Some debuffs and CT delay, bringing in Shiryu again. We remember in the latter 90 seconds of the battle, when Shiryu comes in, he's healing them, so that's annoying as well. Shanks, we can protect ourselves from damage ignoring defense, nice, but the spread damage is still hurting us. Remember, we don't have a shield on this team, so spread damage is quite deadly. Luffy, nice. It's okay. He took like half of Blackbeard's health with the damage ignoring defense. Spread damage, okay. Jinbe did give us paralysis resistance as well, which is kind of cool. We're just not doing enough damage. Like, defensively, we're doing great. But other than that, we both have the same amount of units. So Blackbeard just did an HP cut, no spread damage, no damage ignoring defense. Thanks. Like, there's a lot of sub swapping happening, making me real nervous, right? Franky. My goat. Actually, I haven't seen this animation. Cool. 40% CT and haste. Ooh. Captain shows Robin's in. That's pretty huge. And remember, Robin is only delaying quick enemies. So once again, Shanks and Beckman Sop are just annoying. Come on. Shiryu, we have pretty good defense. He shouldn't do much, but he is sub swapping. Avalo Pizarro, he's not much of a threat. At the end of the day, I think we might just be stalled out, which should be a bit of an interesting end, I guess. CT delay, damn it. How is Lafitte still alive, man? He is level 150, so Brook, we have the super special. This should be pretty good. Action binded Shiryu. Unfortunately, since Shiryu was the one who was action binded, that 30 didn't even happen because we killed Shiryu so early. that's pretty good. We did it really well. Blackbeard did spread damage, but we have very good defense at this point. Well, not that crazy defense, but yeah, not bad. Yeah, we've won at this point. Pretty good. I was not expecting to win. In all honesty, I expected a complete decimation. I thought we were gonna lose so badly, but pretty good, honestly. Great performance. And I'm sure Barto's helping a lot with his damage reduction from the damage reflection. And then Jinbe's defensive effects. These two defensive units are carrying, bruh. Nice, we got the super special. Jinbe's DPS is actually surprisingly good. With him, Brook, and Luffy, it's not bad. My main concern is that Luffy dies so easily with low investment. Even at the backmost position right there. If Luffy doesn't die so easily, this team could be quite reliable, right? But if you have low Luffy investment, it might not be the best decision. I guess you could also try doing it with Luffy coming in from the bench, but I'm not willing to test that right now. So that's gonna be it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more Rumble testing videos in the future, where I kind of just explain what's happening in the Rumble match, especially for new players who don't really know how Rumble works, it's just a lot of effects happening on the screen. Hopefully I can give you guys some clarity for the newer players, and just some cool testing for the more veteran players, right, with more experience. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, subscribe, share for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.